OutDaughtered. Adam Busby is saving money for his daughter's weddings. OutDaughtered Season 9 features Adam and Danielle Busby with their 6 daughters, and Adam's already saving money for his kids' weddings. TLC's OutDaughtered Season 9 continues to show Adam and Danielle Busby navigating life with 6 daughters. Their oldest daughter, Blake Busby, enters 7th grade in 2023, and the Busby Quints turned 8 this year. Adam says he's already planning for his daughter's wedding.
Here's what he said.
OutDaughtered Season 9 star Adam Busby says he's already saving for his daughter's weddings. Fans keeping up with OutDaughtered Season 9 can't believe how fast Adam and Danielle Busby's daughters grew. Blake Busby turned 12 years old in 2023, and she's excited to enter 7th grade. As for the Busby Quints, they turned 8 years old in 2023 and joined the 3rd grade. Adam and Danielle's kids will be teenagers and adults before Adam and Danielle know it. And that means the couple's already planning for the future. Adam told Houston Life he was saving his pennies for everything to come. "Have you started saving for weddings yet?" One of the interviewers joked to Adam. "Oh, yes," the father of 6 replied. "It's just one of those questions I dread. Because it's like every time I think about it, the blood pressure starts to rise. But it's just one of those things where we're just trying to live in the moment and enjoy the time that we have now. But that time will come." While Adam and Danielle love living in the moment with their kids, they also like to revisit past footage. Danielle revealed she doesn't remember many of the early days with the Quints, as she barely slept. "I mean, we didn't sleep," Danielle said. "You were on a 24-hour schedule of feeding babies every 2.5 hours, and it took 2 hours to feed all of them, so you really you slept when you could." I love the beginning footage and the early years because I don't remember a lot. Adam and Danielle Busby will eventually have to face life with their 6 daughters dating. And OutDaughtered fans may remember when Hazel Busby had her first boyfriend, Graham, at just 7 years old. "I like hanging out with Graham and my sisters," Hazel told the cameras. "He's funny, and Graham says nice things to me." Unfortunately, Graham and Hazel hadn't seen each other much during the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. But Adam and Danielle needed to call a plumber to repair their home, and Graham's father was the plumber they called. So, Adam and Danielle invited Graham over to hang out with Hazel and her sisters for a pool day while Graham's father made house repairs. "Graham's been her man for the past 2 years, Danielle joked. "All the girls pick on Hazel a little bit, like, Hazel's got a boyfriend. But she totally owns it. We're in trouble." OutDaughtered fans have watched Adam Busby grow in so many ways over the years. From a dad adjusting to life with quintuplets to a father navigating the emotional waves of raising 7 daughters, his journey has always felt honest and relatable. And lately, one topic has quietly been sitting in the back of his mind: weddings. Adam Busby is saving money for his daughter's weddings. It sounds simple at first, just a dad planning ahead. But when you stop and really think about it, it carries so much weight. 7 daughters, 7 futures, 7 dreams, 7 wedding days that may one day arrive faster than he expects. Adam has always been the kind of father who thinks long-term. On OutDaughtered, viewers have seen his practical side. He plans. He calculates. He considers the what-ifs. While Danielle often balances heart and emotion in the moment, Adam sometimes carries the quiet responsibility of making sure their family is financially stable for the future. And weddings? Weddings are not small expenses. When you multiply that by 7, it becomes something that requires real foresight. What makes this especially touching is that Adam's desire to save isn't about extravagance. It's not about throwing the biggest celebration or competing with anyone else. It's about security. It's about being able to tell his daughters one day, "Don't worry, Dad's got this." For a father, that sentence means everything. As the girls grow older, the reality of time passing becomes more obvious. Blake is no longer a little girl. The Quints are not toddlers anymore. They have opinions. They have personalities. They are forming their own identities. And with every birthday, Adam is reminded that childhood is temporary. He has spoken before about how quickly the years move. One moment, he was overwhelmed with diapers and bottles, and the next he's discussing school activities, friendships, and future dreams. Weddings might seem far away, but for a father, they're closer than they appear. Adam understands something many parents eventually realize: preparation removes pressure. Saving early means avoiding stress later. It means not scrambling when life suddenly speeds up. And, beyond the financial aspect, there's something emotional happening here too. When Adam saves for their weddings, he's acknowledging that one day, his daughters will build lives of their own. They'll meet someone. They'll fall in love. They'll start families. And while that's beautiful, it also carries a quiet ache, because it means letting go. Every dollar saved is a reminder that one day he will walk them down the aisle. For a girl dad, that image is powerful. Adam has always been protective. Viewers have seen him worry about their safety, their confidence, their happiness. Raising daughters in today's world comes with its own set of concerns. He wants them strong, independent, and secure. But he also wants them cherished and respected. Saving for weddings is not about pushing them toward marriage. It's about being prepared for whatever path they choose. If one daughter dreams of a grand ballroom ceremony, he wants her to have options. If another wants something simple and intimate, he wants to support that too. If one chooses not to marry at all, the savings can still represent opportunity, education, travel, a first home. Because at its core, this isn't really about weddings. It's about provision. Adam Busby has built much of his identity around being a provider. From his career shifts to entrepreneurial efforts, he has consistently tried to ensure that his large family has stability. Raising 7 children is not easy financially. Schooling, clothing, activities, healthcare, it adds up quickly. So, thinking about 7 weddings? That requires serious planning. But what makes this story resonate with fans is how relatable it is. Many parents think about college funds. Many think about future milestones. Adam simply vocalized something a lot of fathers quietly consider. And in doing so, he reminded viewers that parenting doesn't stop at diapers and bedtime routines. It stretches into decades. It stretches into moments you can't even see yet. The interesting thing about Adam is that while he often presents as logical and composed, he's deeply sentimental underneath. You can see it in the way he talks about his daughters. You can see it in the pride in his voice when they accomplish something new. So when he talks about weddings, it's not just budgeting. It's imagining them as brides. It's imagining that first look. It's imagining standing at the end of an aisle, trying not to cry. 7 times. That's a lot for one heart. Danielle, of course, shares the emotional weight of raising daughters. But there's something uniquely tender about a father and his daughters. There's a quiet bond, a protective instinct, a sense of responsibility that runs deep. Adam's saving for their weddings reflects his desire to show up not just now, but years from now. It also speaks to how seriously he takes fatherhood. He didn't just step into parenthood unexpectedly and coast through it. He embraced it fully. When the Quints were born, life changed overnight. The financial strain alone would have overwhelmed many families. But Adam leaned in. He adjusted careers. He supported Danielle. He built side projects. He made sacrifices. So planning for weddings feels like a continuation of that mindset. It's forward-thinking. It's disciplined. It's love in the form of preparation. Fans often see the chaotic side of the Busby household: loud mornings, sibling squabbles, packed schedules. But beneath the noise, there's structure. There's intention. Adam doesn't talk about saving money for attention. He talks about it because it's part of how he copes with the reality of raising 7 girls in a world that's constantly changing. And perhaps there's something else too. Saving for weddings might also be Adam's way of slowing time in his own mind. Because when you start preparing for distant milestones, you're forced to imagine the future. And imagining the future makes you appreciate the present. It makes bedtime hugs feel more precious. It makes silly jokes at the dinner table feel more meaningful. It makes even the exhausting days feel temporary. One day, those noisy mornings will be quiet. One day, the house will feel bigger. One day, he won't be tripping over backpacks and shoes in the hallway. And on 7 separate days, he may stand in a suit, watching each daughter step into a new chapter. That's enough to make any father emotional. What stands out most about Adam's mindset is balance. He's not obsessing over weddings. He's not rushing them toward adulthood. He's simply preparing responsibly, calmly, quietly. There's maturity in that. There's wisdom in understanding that life moves quickly whether you're ready or not. And if there's one thing Adam Busby has shown over the years, it's that he prefers to be ready. Financial planning doesn't always make for dramatic television. It's not flashy. It's not loud. But it's real. And in many ways, it's one of the most loving things a parent can do. Because love isn't only expressed through words and hugs. Sometimes it's expressed through savings accounts, through long-term thinking, through small, consistent decisions made over time. Adam's saving for his daughter's weddings tells us something important about him. It tells us that he sees the big picture. It tells us that even when he's joking around or navigating chaos, he's thinking about tomorrow. And tomorrow, for him, includes 7 potential wedding days filled with joy, tears, and pride. Whether those weddings are grand or simple, traditional or unique, one thing is certain: Adam wants to stand there knowing he did everything he could to support them. That's fatherhood at its core. Not control, not pressure, support. And as OutDaughtered continues to show the Busby family growing and evolving, fans can't help but feel touched by this glimpse into Adam's heart. Because behind the camera, behind the laughter, behind the everyday chaos, there's a father quietly preparing for moments that haven't arrived yet. Moments that will change everything. And when those days come, whether they're 10 years away or more, Adam Busby will likely do what he's always done. Take a deep breath, smile proudly, try not to cry, and remind his daughters that he's always been there from the very beginning. As much as Adam Busby tries to stay practical about it, there are quiet moments when the thought of his daughters' weddings hits him emotionally. It might happen during something small, watching one of the girls practice a dance routine in the living room, seeing them dressed up for a school event, or hearing them talk about what they want to be when they grow up. In those simple, everyday moments, he catches a glimpse of who they are becoming. And that's when it feels real. They aren't going to stay little forever. Adam understands that raising daughters comes with layers of responsibility. It's not just about providing financially. It's about shaping confidence. It's about teaching boundaries. It's about modeling what respect looks like so that one day, when someone enters their lives romantically, they'll recognize what healthy love truly is. Saving for their weddings is symbolic of something deeper. It represents trust in their future. It represents faith that they will grow into strong women capable of building loving relationships. It represents hope. Hope that they will choose partners who value them. Hope that they will walk into adulthood with wisdom. Hope that the foundation built at home will guide them for the rest of their lives. Adam has always taken his role seriously. Being a father to 7 daughters is not something he treats lightly. There are lessons he tries to instill daily about kindness, resilience, accountability, and self-worth. Those lessons are part of the real preparation for weddings someday. Because a wedding isn't just an event. It's the beginning of a new chapter. And if that chapter comes, Adam wants his daughters to enter it feeling supported, not burdened by financial stress. He knows weddings today can be expensive. Venues, dresses, catering, photography, the list goes on. Even modest celebrations can add up quickly. For one child, that's a serious commitment. For 7, it requires planning that spans decades. But Adam doesn't seem intimidated by the number. He seems motivated by it. 7 daughters means 7 opportunities to celebrate love. 7 chances to stand proudly as a father. 7 moments where everything he's poured into raising them comes full circle. Of course, he's realistic. He knows not all of his daughters may want traditional weddings. Some might choose something unconventional. Some might prioritize careers first. Some may travel the world before settling down. He supports that individuality. Saving money doesn't mean scripting their futures. It simply means being ready. And readiness has always been part of Adam's personality. From managing a busy household to navigating business decisions, he prefers structure over chaos when it comes to long-term planning. It's interesting to consider how this mindset developed. When the Quints were born, the Busby family faced immediate financial pressure. 5 babies at once changed everything. The cost of diapers alone would have made most people panic. But Adam and Danielle learned quickly how to budget, prioritize, and make careful decisions. That experience likely shaped how Adam views future milestones now. He understands how quickly expenses can rise. He understands how unexpected life can be. So he prepares. Preparation gives him peace. And peace is something every parent seeks. Beyond the financial planning, there's another emotional layer. Here, the thought of giving each daughter a moment that feels uniquely hers. With 7 children close in age, individuality can sometimes blur. They share birthdays. They share classrooms. They share attention. Adam has always tried to ensure each girl feels seen as an individual. A wedding day, if it comes, would be a deeply personal celebration for each one. One might love classic elegance. Another might want something outdoors. Another might dream of something small and private. Adam's saving money quietly ensures that when those conversations happen years from now, he can say yes with confidence. Yes, we can make it beautiful. Yes, we can support your dream. Yes, you deserve this. That's powerful for a father. There's also the understanding that weddings are emotional transitions for parents. For fathers especially, walking a daughter down the aisle represents both pride and release. It's acknowledging that the little girl who once held his hand is now stepping forward independently. Adam likely knows those days will be bittersweet. Joy mixed with nostalgia. Celebration mixed with memory. He may joke now about needing tissues 7 times over, but underneath that humor is a very real awareness of time passing. Time is the one thing parents can't slow down, but they can prepare for where it leads. In many ways, Adam's saving for weddings is an act of optimism. It assumes a future filled with milestones and happiness. It assumes longevity. It assumes family gatherings decades from now, with grandchildren possibly running around. It's thinking generationally. And that speaks volumes about his commitment. Viewers of OutDaughtered have watched Adam grow from a new father navigating sleepless nights into a more seasoned, reflective parent. He's learned patience. He's learned adaptability. He's learned that not everything goes according to plan. And yet, despite that, he still plans. Because planning isn't about control, it's about care. It's about reducing stress where you can. It's about creating safety nets. It's about making sure love is backed by action. Adam's saving strategy may not make headlines every day, but it reflects something steady and admirable. It reflects consistency. It reflects quiet dedication. And perhaps most importantly, it reflects belief in his daughter's futures. He believes they will grow into women worthy of celebration. He believes they will find paths that bring them fulfillment. He believes that one day, when major life events arrive, he'll still be standing beside them. That's what this is really about. Standing beside them. Whether that's on a wedding day, a graduation day, or any other milestone, Adam wants to be prepared to support them fully. The beauty of this story isn't extravagance. It isn't luxury. It isn't spectacle. It's a father looking decades ahead and deciding, today, to invest in tomorrow. And that investment isn't only financial. It's emotional. It's intentional. It's rooted in love. When the Busby girls eventually look back at their childhood, they may not immediately think about savings accounts. They'll think about laughter, family trips, silly arguments, and shared experiences. But behind the scenes, their father will know he was quietly building something else to security for moments they hadn't even imagined yet. That's the kind of love that doesn't always make noise. It just shows up when it's needed most. Adam Busby's saving for his daughter's weddings is not about pressure or expectation. It's about possibility. It's about being ready for joy. It's about acknowledging that the future is coming whether we're ready or not, and choosing to be ready anyway. 7 daughters. 7 futures. 7 opportunities to say, I've always believed in you. And when those days finally arrive, whether they look exactly as imagined or completely different, one thing will remain constant. Adam will be there. Proud. Prepared. and full of the same love that inspired him to start saving all those years before.